What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cole Wolfrun, and today we are back with another Nuzlocke reaction. You guys seem to like the first two I did, Odd Ones Out and Jade Animations. I have a few more of Jaden's saved that I haven't seen, like our two-player Nuzlocke with Alpharad. But I figured I'd give you all some variety and do a YouTuber who I did not know existed. Yong Tales, who seems to be another animator, doing his first Pokemon Nuzlocke, and the only thing I got from the thumbnail is he at some point fights a Charizard. And based on the background here in the first frame, I'm assuming this is a Sword and Shield Nuzlocke, which, if you've been on my channel for more than a little bit, you know how I feel about Nuzlocking Sword and Shield. It's a bitter topic. I will get my revenge eventually. Anyway, let's get into it.
Alright, before we begin, I need to go
he's
over
louder than Jaden.
I've never done a Nuzlocke before, and I guess this technically still doesn't count as one.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It depends how strict the whole Nuzlocke community is, but...
I'm trying to figure out who those are.
It depends how strict...
I have no idea who these two are, but that's absolutely Pichow. That's 100% Pichow right there. It's the glasses. You can always tell when people are referencing Pichow because of the fucking glasses. Kind of a hot take. Pichow might be my least favorite, like, professional Nuzlocker now. He used to be one of my favorites, but I don't know, man. Ever since Flygon HG and Antler Boy started making stuff, I like them so much better. But, I mean, Pichow's still good. He makes great content. It's just not necessarily my cup of tea. But, I can't tell who this is. Is that supposed to be Ludwig, maybe? One of these two? I don't know. But anyway, let's get into this.
the whole Nuzlocke community is. But...
Oh, and before we get into the video, sorry, I know I paused again. Go watch the original video first and then come back and watch my reaction. I'm trying to get better about saying that at the beginning of these.
Basically, I abide by all the rules of a typical Nuzlocke where I name them, so I get attached, and if they faint, I can't use them anymore. But the additions that I add is that I can catch any bug type I want.
Okay.
If it faints, I can't use any of that same species. So,
Species clause, got it.
I can technically run out of Pokemon. Got it? Good. Grab your popcorn, use the restroom, get comfy, because we're in it for the long haul, baby. Oh yeah, also, I should mention that I've never played this before. So that should be interesting. Here
Blind
Pokemon kind of sort of, not really Nuzlocke.
Blind Pokemon Sword Mono Bug Lock?
The finals Pokemon match where the upcoming
Jaden. She lost. You guys were very quick in the comments to be like, hey, yeah, so Jaden lost, and then her chat told her to keep going, and that's why she actually she did the second run. So she technically lost the Platinum Nuzlocke. But, so he's doing a blind playthrough of Pokemon Sword, and he's doing a Monotype Nuzlocke? For his first Nuzlocke ever, he's doing a Monotype Nuzlocke? Of bugs? That's bold. I mean, I guess in Gen 8, there's some pretty good bug-type Pokemon. Gen 7 would probably be the best gen to do a Mono Bug Lock. There's so many good bug types in Gen 7. The Gen 8 does have, like, Orbeetle and Galvantula and stuff, too. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Took the throne as the new champion. And ever
she didn't really, though.
That very moment motivated me.
She did in our hearts. She did in our hearts.
Today was the day that me and my neighbor Hop became official Pokemon trainers. Hop's older brother Leon was none other than the undefeated champion of Galar, and he was going to endorse both of us so that way.
Leon. We have beef with Leon on this channel. I guess this is just say what that's about. I did a I did a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Sword, not even a hardcore Nuzlocke. Steamrolled the whole game, and then lost to Leon because of hacks. I will have revenge.
We could compete in the Pokemon Gym Challenge. And I was like super hyped because I wanted to, for the longest time, assemble the most powerful bug team. Don't judge me. I like bug Pokemon, alright? Unfortunately, Leon didn't have any to start out with, so I chose Sobble. I named Sobble.
Is he gonna actually use it?
My very first Galarian Pokemon. Right off the bat, Hops challenges me, and at first I thought a 1v2 was a bit unfair, but then Sops quickly learned Water Gun and swept Hop's team.
Are you looking at photos on cars.com again?
I know I complain about ads even though I have ads in my own videos, but like, leave me alone. Gotta make that back.
I wonder if this is what our future encounters are gonna be like. I was about to leave
don't
on
make
my
shit.
journey, but Hops needed help finding a stray Wooloo, so navigating through the foggy forest, we didn't find the Wooloo, but some weird giant dog.
It's the
It was
goodest
pretty random
legendary.
stuff, but we did end up finding the Wooloo. Take your sheep. Alright, now we can officially leave. Strapped on my Tanjiro box of a backpack, and together with Sops, our journey has officially begun. Route 1, we ran into some
the
of
giant
the
backpack.
new locals. Ugh, why is everything so weird? Oh, thank goodness, finally something that I actually recognize.
Hey,
Ugh.
quit being an old person.
What happened to you?
He got
I
better!
wasn't entirely-
Hey, yo. Galarian Zigzagoon is objectively superior. Nothing about this is objective. This is all opinions. Superior to, I guess, Hawaiian Zigzagoon? That's mostly because Obstagoon's really cool.
Really sure if there were any bugs in the area, but sure enough, I found this thing called a grubbin, and I named it Whoops. My very first bug Pokemon.
Whoops!
I am excited to see what you'll become, Whoops, since I've stopped paying
Whoops.
attention after Unova region. And just like that, I had Sops, Whoops, and Blinks. We didn't get
I
that
like his
far
art
into the
style.
journey when Hops challenged us yet again.
Are they all
Anyways,
supposed to be
fun fact, Blinks
tofu?
involved in the battle, so
Are all the
thanks for
people
free
tofu?
XP and money. This old lady and
Is that
another
his
lady
gimmick?
named Sonia were watching, and they were
They have
like,
tofu
"Dang,
heads?
all right, you can participate in the
Or are
gym
they just
challenge."
blockheads?
Why, thank you, random people I
Okay,
just met.
whatever.
I feel like I didn't really need your permission,
cool.
but I appreciate the support. Optimotus
But you did.
Arrive at something called
You did need permission. You needed to be endorsed to do the gym challenge. You did need permission.
wild area, and that is where I run into a Carablast. And if you don't know, Carablast's evolved form as Cavalier was like super cool, super strong, and would make a great addition to the team. And I really wanted one because I never had one before. But then I unfortunately remember that you need to trade for it, and I didn't have anyone to trade with, so this thing was pretty much useless. Moving along the way, we barely avoided complete catastrophe when Sops almost died to a level 30 Piloswine. Why
Ooh.
are there such strong Pokemon here? So
Wild
carefully
area.
navigating through the wild area, we arrive in the city.
Wild area's
meet up some
scary,
members of
man.
Team Yell and this girl named Marnie in the hotel lobby so I could get my room key. Hey, what a cool statue! Woke up early, smiled and
Dragon
waved
Quest
at the
ass
ceremony,
statue.
shook hands with Chairman Rose, and pushed on to my first challenge. Just outside the city on Route 3, I was doing some exploring in case there were any bugs in the area, but after a while of no luck, we pressed on. Along the way,
No, isn't Route 3 where you can get previous evolution of Scorch? Sizzlipede. Oh, does he miss out on Sizzlipede? That's like one of the best bug types in Gen 8. It's one of the best bug types, period. Firebug is kind of underrated typing. Well, that sucks.
Cave Whoops evolved
Grass
into
type's worst
something
nightmare.
interesting.
Charjabug!
This
The bug bus!
bundle of joy. Bade. We just had a nice little discussion about his personality, and then after exiting the cave, I found a Joltik.
Yay! I love
Together with
Joltik.
Whoops and Blinks,
Joltik's
bada bing,
probably my
bada
favorite
boom.
bug type.
Holy crap, this is what Dynamax Pokemon battles are like. The first gym badge was ours. Oh, and you evolved. Nice. On the way to the next town,
So
we
he
were
is
having
using
a
the
flight
Sobble,
conditioning
still.
session to get Lucas up to par with the rest of the team, and you know what? I must things are really
No!
starting to look up for my bug team. And I was
Not a
sure that Lucas
Wobbuffet!
would add so much value, especially
Not a Wobbuffet!
if the next gym was water type. We got this in the back.
Not Wobbuffet!
Lucas, no! A stupid wild Wobbuffet was able to perfectly counter Lucas's attack and cause the team's first death. Fearing the same thing would happen to my other Pokemon, we ran in shame. Lucas wasn't with us for long, and we may not be able to get revenge now.
D20 bug!
Lucas's death gave us the spark to really zoom through our next challenges.
Cutie
Team sweeps.
Sweeps.
Ah, yes, it's my rival. It's time to show you how strong I am. Let's have a rematch. Out of my way.
Leave Hop alone! He's just better how. He just throws Charge Bug at Nessa. Just throws
I don't really
Charge...
like you, dude, and your attitude sucks.
Wimpod!
Also, where the heck do you think you're going?
Caught that imagery. It's fitting with Wimpod. I like his art style. Okay, I like this guy.
Harold. Our next
Harold?
challenge was Kabu, home of the main to almost all my bug types. My newest member, Harold.
Kabu is quite the difficulty spike, like, in Gen 8, because it's like, Nessa, like, her only really, like, powerful Pokemon is Dreadnought, And Milo's kind of he's a joke. He's the first gym. First gyms are always jokes. But then Kabu, the third gym, it goes from like her having... Nessa had no fully evolved Pokemon except Dreadnought. And then immediately after, and it's not even that much of game after, you fight Kabu, who has a Ninetales, an Arcanine, which is one of the best Pokemon out there. It's my favorite Pokemon, leave me alone. And Centiskorch.
Harold was pretty much useless here, so Sops was going to have to carry this one. Going through the challenges where we had to team up with randos and catch Pokemon for points, I thought it was a good idea to use my recently evolved Sweeps since it was the best choice to clear each one. But on the final challenge, Sweeps was backstabbed and perished. Okay, I honestly felt pretty guilty about what happened. But how the heck was I supposed to know that the other trainer was going to betray me like that? You monster.
With a Salazzle too, yeah.
Later, we got a badge to win. We burst through the gym doors, and it was game on. Sops took out the first two Pokemon pretty easily, and then it was time for Kabu's ultimate Pokemon, Centiskorch. Finally, before my own eyes, was one of the coolest bug-type Pokemon I have ever seen. Easily one of my favorites. Such an impressive beast, and I was super jealous. But now I can unleash my secret weapon. It was time to show my fifth Pokemon.
Your fifth Pokemon.
You've been hidden way too long, but it's time for you to come out. Let's go, Grievous.
Oh, he did find one. Cool.
Basically, a while back on Route 3, after asking around, I caught a Sizzlipede. And you know what? Trained it.
It's a good Pokemon.
Moment just like this. Now let's see whose Centiskorch was better. It was an intense battle between the two fiery centipedes. Based on appearance alone, it would have seemed like Kabu's Centiskorch had the upper hand since it was much bigger and unfortunately cooler looking. But Gigantamax flame was fueled by the innocent blood.
With Asana, teammates are here to
get out of here.
Work on track.
Get out of here.
Try it for
At least it's a short one. No, 2 ads. I hate that. This is just ad tube at this point.
Sweeps. And in the end, that is what gave us victory. Yes. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Grievous. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
Orbeetle.
Yes.
I had one in my sword Nuzlocke, and he was so good, and then I lost him. He was so good.
Harold really toughened up by evolving into a Galissapod. Well, how about that? And then
what the fuck was
the Squirrel.
That is a reference I am not getting. What is that thing? What is that from? That thing looks fucking cool. That's probably some random JRPG I've never played.
Well, how about that? And then we picked up Skarner the Scorupi along the way to
Scorpy!
He's no Sweeps, but I'm sure he'll be useful for something. Shortly after, I ran into Hops once again, who was feeling pretty down about himself because apparently he lost to Bade in a Pokemon.
Ooh, how?
So it was up to me.
That plot point doesn't make sense because Bede's team would have had so many problems with Hop's team. Hop's team was just way better.
Be the good friend that I am and help him feel better by beating him up. From there, it was on to the fighting type gym where Blinks got real psyched up. If you know Clean sweep, badge full.
Yeah.
But after the
Bug Psychic is good typing for that gym.
Bade, Mr. Ooh, I was endorsed by the chairman. Ooh, I'm so special. Ooh, everyone is beneath me. Ooh. Thought it was okay to blast some hole in some ancient sacred art.
Yeah.
Because he was entitled to it. Are you sure your name isn't like Karen? I tried to get
kind of looks like a Karen. Let's be real.
With my
I did think Bede was an old lady when I first saw them.
Psybeam. Of all people to lose a Pokemon to, you've got to be kidding me. I just got you. Vengeance! Well, Bade got in a lot of trouble for what he did anyway and ended up getting kicked out of the league, so I don't feel bad for him at all. Huh. Well, that looks important. Moving on, replacing Skarner was Jerry the Dwebble. I found quickly evolved. Look, I was running out of bodies to fill these Pokeballs with, so I had no other choice. I was beginning to be concerned about Whoomp since this whole time it hasn't evolved yet. I really wondered if I was, like, missing something.
You are.
Shortly afterwards, Whoomp's rummaged through my bag and found a Thunderstone I had earlier and evolved. Ooh! I had this suspicious feeling.
That's my reaction to seeing Vikavolt for the first time. I was like, that's what the bus evolves into? Awesome. So there's a trend I hate in Pokemon, and Vigavolt's not the only one. Hydreigon does this too, where it starts as a physical attacker and then turns into a special attacker when it hits its final form. That annoys me. Slowpoke does it too. It annoys me. They should stay the same typing. Or not the same typing. The same stats. I ruined my point by saying the wrong thing. Like, it just frustrates me because, like, you have to plan their movesets for when they're fully evolved. And if the whole time you've had a physical attacker and you're like, oh cool, I'm going to have physical, and then it evolves and the stats switch, you're like, fuck, it has no good moves for it now.
Next gym leader, Opal, primarily uses fairy types.
Also, he's really slow. You'd think he wouldn't be slow, but he's slow,
nice
really slow.
Somebody who could deal with fairy types right about now.
But he's dead. Leave him alone.
Person. But even so, Wumps and Grievous
Fire does resist fairy.
Because fairy types are stupid.
I like fairy types. Most of them, anyway. Some of them are really dumb, but dragon is still better.
Except for you, Sweeps. You're good. On the way to the next...
Ribombi's like one of my least favorite fairy types, but that's probably just because I don't like bugs very much.
town, another explosion goes off. Sonia and the old professor lady are there, and they give some explanation about two brothers, Darkest Day,
Ooh.
giant Pokemon running rampant.
That's
Really
cool
giving me
art.
some Attack on Titan vibes.
Oh, it's Conjuring ads in the middle of a Pokemon video. That's interesting choice of ads there, YouTube. I think it probably knows that I like horror movies. So it's like, hey, you like horror movies. You want to watch this? And I'm like, nope. Not right now. I don't like The Conjuring very much.
And I moved on to Route 8, where
I like
picked
good
up
horror
Nom Nom
movies.
the Snom. Gordy was the 6th gym leader who used rock-type Pokemon, but they quickly sank under the brute force of Harold and Sumps.
Yeah, we gotta sit here. Look at that disgusting. I fucking cannot stand Inteleon. I don't like any of the Gen 8 starters to a point where I'm like, when I go get my revenge into another Sword Nuzlocke, I'm probably going to trade in a different starter Pokemon. Maybe not even a starter, just a different Pokemon to be my starter, because I hate all the starters from Galar so much.
They quickly sank under the brute force of
I
Harold.
guess Cinderace is okay.
Oh yeah, Jerry spamming dig. Then it was on to
I just
Pierre.
don't like their designs at all.
Alright, well, this gym uses nothing
Some
but a bunch
Gen
of
8
dark
Pokemon I
types, so
love. Others I'm like,
wait right here, Nom Nom. Blinks will watch you. We'll be right back.
Oh, he's playing!
Okay, let's go.
He's playing.
Okay, two
Yeah, the
times
Dark type
would
gym,
just be a coincidence,
not gonna be a problem.
But 3 times, turns out giant Pokemon are spawning all over the place. Fear of Titan's rising. I had this feeling that this was only the beginning of something really bad, that maybe I should help. But nah, they told me to go focus on getting my last badge.
Honestly, that was the most refreshing thing when I played through Sword for the first time, and I was like, oh, and I guys should want me to handle it. And Leon was like, yeah, let us handle this. You two keep focusing on your gym challenge, like talking to me and Hop. Like, Leon actually being a champion that takes initiative and is like, I'm going to deal with the bad thing happening. The only two I can think of that, like, try to help with the bad things are 3. Are Lance, Steven, and Cynthia. But then they don't actually solve the problem themselves, which they probably should. They rely on a small child who hasn't even completed the gym challenge yet when they are the champion. Meanwhile, Leon is like, nah, I got this. Because he, good at his job.
Okay then.
I still hate him, though.
And that might be a challenge, because the last
It's
gym
pure spite.
is home
Pure spite for what he did to my Machamp.
Dragon Pokemon, which are known to be tough, resistant to most types, and are pretty versatile with their movesets. It was kind of a good news, bad news situation. The good news is that Nom Nom received 10,000 grams of friendship to evolve and give us the ice advantage.
Ooh.
The bad news is that she is literally the definition of a glass cannon.
Frostmoth
Yes,
is
Nom Nom big strong against
not
dragon
great.
types, but if Nom Nom touch Candle or Pebble, which dragons are more than capable of throwing, Nom Nom go bye-bye. So as we went
Frostmoth
in, the
is
entire
no
team had one
Volcarona.
objective
Let's
on
just
their
say that.
protect.
They're both 4 times
Nom
weak to
Nom.
rock,
This
but
time it was in the form of a
Frostmoth's
double
also
battle,
4
and
times
making
weak to
sure
fire.
They didn't get any chance to gain momentum. Harold and Nom Nom made quick work of his Flygon and Gigalith. But then came out his big bad Duraludon, and Sandaconda.
Sandaconda is one of my favorite new Pokemon. Fucking love
Duraludon was
Sandaconda.
literally the love child of Godzilla and a skyscraper.
Yep.
What could we possibly
Wait till you see our
do
Chaludon.
against the building? I quickly switched Harold for Blinks, hoping that he could put it to sleep and then have Nom Nom finish it off with an Aurora Beam. But at the last moment, Blinks became paralyzed from the Sandaconda, and Nom Nom's attack wasn't enough to take down the Duraludon. And before I could switch both of them out, Blinks was smashed by
No!
You did well, Blinks.
I'm not the only one who lost his Orbeetle.
And even though they both became paralyzed by the
No, Sandaconda.
couldn't land a single dig, they were able to stall out
That
the
Sandaconda is
Dynamax
annoying.
form, giving Harold the opportunity to come back in and brick break the crap out of it, and finally deal with that pesky snake. The last gym badge was ours, but we lost Blinks. A true OG of the Bug Squad, and provided so much value.
It's always
to the
hard
team.
when you lose
I was
an
not sure
Orbeetle.
if I could find anyone to fill
'Cause
his
you have to
spot
catch it
this
so
far into the
early.
journey. I think Sonia was trying to talk to me, possibly about some more end of the world stuff, but I was too sad about Blinks to really pay attention.
A world without Blinks is not a world worth living anyway.
I had to take a few days off to prepare my team and our newest member for the final challenge.
Uncle Gary's
once
barbecue.
We were ready, we arrived in Winden City.
Okay, one thing I will give Sword and Shield, like, I actually like Sword and Shield more than a lot of people do. I think it's not one of my favorite Pokemon games. It's definitely in the upper half of my favorite Pokemon games, but it's not. Of the 9, I think it would be in the upper 5 rather than the lower 4 as far as generations. But one of the big reasons is the way that they made the Pokemon League into like a sporting event, which me as an athlete growing up playing in big stadiums like this, I really appreciated that, because that's always how Pokemon felt to me, was like, this is a big sporting event. So seeing it actually be treated as such just made me so happy. I get why they didn't do it again in Gen 9, because Paldea had different focuses, but I really hope for Gen 10 they put more emphasis back on the gyms. Maybe not to the same degree as Galar, but something similar maybe. Set it in America and have it be like American football instead of soccer.
And step through those.
Yes, I know Unova is America, but technically Unova is just Manhattan, just New York. They could do a whole region around other states in the U.S. If they wanted to make a football theme, just make it set in Texas.
Stadium doors for the quarterfinals. Almost.
Make a Texas
Marnie
region.
and her dark Pokemon were up first, and this is
Off topic, an Australian-based Pokemon region would go so hard, wouldn't it?
honestly the best time as any to debut the new
Wait.
dark Pokemon were up.
Scrafty looks so dumb here. That Grim Snarl art, though. This dude can draw. This dude can draw.
Up first, and this is honestly the best time as any to debut the newbie. So I brought out Gaia, the Cavalier.
Guy, Yu-Gi-Oh reference, nice.
Yep, that's right. And stacked with a sword stance, Gaia became a true powerhouse and swept the entire.
He does look like Gaia the Fierce
We had
Knight,
one
doesn't
final
he?
match between me and my
I never
friend
put that
Sops.
together.
Yeah, you probably already know how that went. Sops came out for one last fight, and we ended the rivalry. Yep, it really was his last fight. And honestly, not bringing Sops into the final match was probably one of the hardest decisions I had to make so far. My very first Pokemon, and the one that has watched over all of his teammates and saw them grow into the team they are now. But I believed with this team, even Jerry, we had the
Even
best
Jerry.
chance of winning.
Listen.
Sops will be with us in spirit.
It's a good.
lot of
Crustle's
stuff
a
happened
really good
leading up to
Pokemon.
the semifinal to final rounds, but to summarize,
Well, not
Secretary
really
Winter,
good, but
the evil
good.
Staff of the Key, tall building, crazy secretary lady, a tiny hint that Rose is actually bad and was behind the explosions, but meh, that's totally not a cause for concern. Ew.
And his motivation makes no sense because he wants. If all they had to do to make his motivation make sense is to not make the problem be like 1,000 years in the future, make it like 10 years in the future. That solves the dilemma. That solves the like making. Doesn't solve the dilemma. It makes him a much more understandable villain. Because as he sits right now, he makes no fucking sense. Like, it's like, I have to solve this problem immediately. Oh, well, when's it going to affect us? In 1,000 years. And then Leon goes, wait, what? What the fuck? No.
Spade again, but he's less of a douchebag. Boom, boom, smash through the gym leader rematches, and Gaia bonks Duraludon in the face. We land in the finals. And now we have come face to face with champion Leon. every battle, everything we have been through has led us to this moment. Time to
Smug
show the world
motherfucker,
just
Leon.
how powerful my bug Pokemon truly are. And never mind.
Yeah.
Rose is evil, and apparently the darkest day has begun. Well, that sure complicates things. Way to read the room, dude. No, this video's long as it is. Whatever. I will
No,
go
it's not
save
really.
the world, I guess.
This video as long as it is, 20-something minute video, when compared to a typical Cole Wolf Run video, which is
Using 200
over an
IQ
hour.
hops was pretty
20
good.
minutes exactly, pretty
But
much.
the dog we ran into at the very beginning was important and could help us, so we headed back to our hometown to find it. And trekking through the creepy woods, we don't find the dog, but a rusty old sword and shield. I guess those will have to do. We rush back to Hammerlock City's power plant and we find Chairman Rose going off about Galar's power supply crisis that's potentially coming in 10 years. And to stop it, he summoned this
In 10
eternation
years would have made way more sense than in 1,000 years.
thing, hoping he could control it and harness its power. You summoned a what now? Just my opinion, man, but a plan involving control of a legendary being with powers beyond understanding usually doesn't end up going well.
No, it does not.
Basically,
Ask
plain
Cyrus.
stupid. Rose didn't like that, and he was going to try stop me with his team full of steel Pokemon, so I left Grievous to deal with him. I head upstairs to find Leon, and what the heck is
Eternatus
that?
is so weird
No,
looking.
that's a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Not a
Agreed.
Pokemon. What
Agreed.
kind of Pokemon would look like that? I quickly found out that almost none of my Pokemon would be able to damage it without dying, so... Jerry, go! Jerry made it mad. Eternatus then turned into this giant starfish thing. Yeah, that
Turns into a
lot of
weird
sense. And
hand.
then we're
I don't know why.
Rusty Sword and Shield! The dogs show up, merge with the stuff, and we defeat Eternatus, where I catch it with a teeny tiny Pokeball. Crisis averted. 3 days later, after one of the largest tangents ever.
And don't use it against the champion, because that is a bullshit.
You know, saving the world. We are finally back to our match. Here we go. Today, we finally face off against Leon. Woom stuck out with a quick claw boost and was able to take out both Aegislash and Rhyperior. Don't ask me how many Sneasels I needed to get through to find one. Leon's Dragapult was a tough one though. I was hoping that Nom Nom would be fast enough to take it out, but Nom Nom was outsped and was met with a flamethrower.
No!
I'm sorry, Nom Nom.
Nom Nom!
Protect you that
Nom
time.
Nom the
Grievous came
Snom!
out and was able to coil up and crunch the crap out of the dragon.
I like
As
Snom.
well as leech life the monkey for some healing. And then Gaia was able to win head to head against his Haxorus.
That's impressive,
And then
actually.
finally,
Haxorus is powerful
his
as
last
fuck.
Pokemon, Charizard.
That's a problem!
But even though we outnumbered him 5-1, I didn't feel any better considering the fact that his Charizard still had pretty much every advantage over all my Pokemon. To deal with his Charizard, I had 3 choices. Harold, who could hopefully beat Charizard with water attacks, Wumps with electric attacks, and then Jerry with rocks. I sent out Harold first, hoping
Rocks
that we
is
could
the
end it
answer.
right then and there, but Charizard got the first strike, and with a powerful air blast, Harold
Yep.
was one shot.
Yeah.
Oh crap. I sent in Wumps hoping for another Quick Claw boost Thunderbolt, but that too failed. And Wumps was
Yep.
burned to a crisp.
Yep.
2 of my strongest Pokemon.
This is
and
looking
my
really
best
familiar.
beat Charizard were both wiped out in an
Only
instant.
Pokemon I had
At
left
this
against
point,
this Charizard were
victory
weak to
was
it.
Very bleak.
And my
If Jerry
Machamp
had it,
flinched
Charizard
on an
would
air
have no
slash
trouble
before
defeating
using,
my
and he
remaining
couldn't use Rock Slide.
and it will be over.
Flinched on the
Jerry,
on the
you weren't
air
our
slash.
strongest team member and often the butt of many jokes, but right now
He's
you are our
gonna he's
last
going
hope.
to wreck the Charizard.
Oh, we're screwed. Jerry stepped onto the battlefield, and Charizard raised a stone wall that came crashing down. And staring into the face of imminent defeat,
Jerry survived.
I might as well surrender at this point.
Nah,
Spare the
Jerry
rest of my
survived.
Pokemon. But Jerry was still standing.
Oh yeah, Jerry.
I don't know. Chunk it up to high defense, or the fact that Jerry had a giant rock to
Yeah,
protect him.
he's rock type.
It was like the true power of friendship.
Aw.
This was our chance. I made Jerry jumbo-sized, and we showed that oversized Barney what it's like to get squashed by a giant rock.
Yeah, one
And
shot.
it was at that moment we won. We completed the
Good
Pokemon
job.
Sword, kind of, sort of, but
Claps
not
for Young
really.
Tails.
It was a bittersweet moment.
It was a
Gaia,
Nuzlocke.
Grievous and Jerry.
Nuzlocke rules are all made up. Every Nuzlocke rule is optional rules. So if you're doing a Nuzlocke, if you're following the 3 core rules, nicknaming Pokemon, they faint when they die, only catching 1 per area. Well, I guess he's catching all bug types. So the big one is they faint, they die, and nicknaming. As long as you're doing those, you're doing a Nuzlocke. And limiting encounters. I'll say limiting encounters. If you're doing those 3 things, you're doing a Nuzlocke.
We were the only ones who survived. But even so, this victory goes just as much to all the other team members who brought us to where we are now. Lucas, Sweeps,
Lucas didn't do shit, dude. He just died to a Wobbuffet.
Garner, Blinks, Sops, Nom Nom, Harold, and Whoops. You are all champions.
Sops is alive! He's just
Some
sitting
might
in the
say that
box!
This is a good place to stop and be satisfied. But now that I'm here, I realize that my journey isn't over. Achieving this title of Bug Champion of Galar is not an ultimate goal, but a mere stepping stone in my life. So with my team, I am setting out to continue on my journey, because I am sure somewhere out there, more challenges are waiting for me.
You can't escape it in one of these animator Nuzlocke videos. Jaden will be referenced.
And I say,
no matter
bring it
what.
on.
That was a good video! I like that, Yong Tales. I like your art style. I like what you've got going on, man. That was a good video. Man, beating your first Nuzlocke as a mono-type run, that's pretty impressive. Of course, I'm sure he probably used healing items and didn't play on set mode, probably. But, like, that first Nuzlocke, like I said, as long as you're following the 3 basic rules, nicknaming every Pokemon you catch, if a Pokemon faints it's dead, and you limit your encounters to some degree, you did a Nuzlocke. And adding monotype into that, that's 4 rules. Some people don't do 4 rules. Some people only do the 3. Yeah, that was a good one. I'm glad you guys recommended this one. I know he's got another one. I probably won't do that one for a minute. Maybe I'll do another Jaden video next. Probably won't do another Pokemon Nuzlocke reaction for like at least another week or 2. Just because I want to give a little bit of variety to the reactions. I know next week I'm going to be doing the Death Battle reaction to Godzilla versus Hulk. But if there's any other videos you guys would like me to react to or anything else you'd like to see on the channel, leave it in the comments below. Tell me what you want to see. If you don't want to wait for my next reaction video, I have plenty of Let's Play videos coming up. Alpha Sapphire Nuzlocke, Near Replicant, just finished Expedition 33. There's a lot of stuff on the channel. You could go back and look. But, and see if anything tickles your fantasy. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next video.